Hello. Hey, everyone, and welcome to the Quest Show. I am Lana Quest. I am your host today and most Thursdays. I am here a little early. Normally, I go on at 8 p.m., but I hear tell that Obama is speaking at a Pennsylvania rally. Just missed Shapiro, so I'm upset about that. So I really want to get on and try to rush through everything so that I can see Obama. I'm hoping that I don't miss him. I'm going to be very upset about that because I don't want to miss him. I'm sorry. I am just sending out a couple of text messages. All right. So a lot has been going on, and I had to try to cut things down so that I didn't have that much to talk about because, as you know, I ramble and I go on a lot. So the first thing you know what? Before we get started into all of that, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. Let me get my banner up here. And please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Yes, got that out the way. So this week, VP Kamala Harris went on a media blitz because, as you know, the media is obsessed with her. It's like, she's not doing enough interviews. She's not getting out there. She's struggling to answer this question, answer that question. All of it is ridiculous because we know how mainstream media is. They're acting like this is a normal race, and it is anything but normal. It is abnormal because Trump is a candidate that should literally not be a candidate, right? Like, it shouldn't be this close. He shouldn't be a candidate. He's a felon. So there's that piece to this puzzle. So anyway, she went on a media blitz. She went on to The View. She went on Howard Stern, Stephen Colbert, 60 Minutes, Call Her Daddy podcast. You know, she did all of that. And then you still have critics going, well, she's not doing the hard-hitting interviews. Yeah, she did 60 Minutes, but it's not right. Because, you know, kind of what it is everyone wants a piece of her. That's one part of it. Two is that they need to be critical about someone, right? They had Biden before. Biden was just a normal candidate. He's doing good. The economy's doing good. Manufacturing jobs, you know. Of course, there were things that needed work, but he's chugging along and doing well. He was boring. So they had to attack something. It's like his age. It's, you know, he called Vladimir Zelensky, Vladimir Putin. I don't know, like whatever. They had to attack. So with Kamala, her campaign is on fire, but we have to attack something, right? Instead of attacking Trump, that guy, and talking about why that guy isn't sitting down for 60 Minutes, Howard Stern, The View, or any other thing other than these Nazi podcasts, Christian nationalist shows, or Fox News. That's all he does. And if they nudge him a little bit, he gets pissed at them. So that's all he's going to do. But they won't highlight that. They won't highlight him saying that he went to the Gaza Strip before, but records show that he's never been there. They won't highlight the fact that he was talking about Iran and kept saying Iraq. Like, they don't talk about those things. But by all means, let's talk about, you know, Kamala, and she's not getting out there enough. And then the other piece that people keep forgetting is that she's only been running for 79, 80 days she's been a candidate. Like, are we joking right now? Like, seriously, she's run a flawless campaign. Trump has been running for what? Friggin' a year and a half to 2 years? Like, he said he was running 2 years ago. 2 years ago, this man has literally been saying he's jumping back in. What did you get from him? it's wild. But anyway, I did take a couple of highlights from Kamala, right? Because she's just so human and not weird and just normal and just a regular person. So let's watch her on Stephen Colbert.
So
hold on, let's go back.
Is they just want somebody they can have a beer with. So would you like to have a beer with me so I can tell people what that's like? Okay. This was, now we asked ahead of time because I can't just be giving a drink to the Vice President of the United States without asking. You asked for Miller High Life. You asked Miller High Life. I'm just curious.
Okay, the last time I had beer was at a baseball game with Doug.
So cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. Ooh. That tastes like the beautiful city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Champagne and beers.
There you go.
And she knew that was gross, and she still was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Imagine Trump. Trump couldn't even go and memorialize Israeli hostages without taking their holy Bible and asking them if they wanted him to sign it, and then holding up a photo of a hostage with a friggin' stupid ass grin on his face. So if you had any question about him desecrating Arlington Cemetery, why? Because he's an idiot. Of course he desecrated that cemetery. He literally asked about, do you want me to sign your Bible? No, I don't want you to sign the Bible. Why are you smiling with a picture of a hostage? Why are you doing this? He has there are no social cues. Like, no one exists outside of the Trump world. So that's why it's so hard to understand, like, MAGA, because why don't you see that no one exists outside of the Trump world? I don't get it, but let's move on. Also, during her media blitz, I mean, I did see her on a couple of Black podcasts too, right? Talking about gun ownership and things like that. She even spoke to Black men, right? Because that's been a thing. It's reaching the Black. Sorry, I keep looking down to see if Obama is on. They said 8. Reaching out to Black men, talking to Black men. That's just been a thing because, not that Black men love Donald Trump. They do not. But the idea of what Republicans want to do is use the Black men, basically make them think that the Democrats don't care about you. They never show up. They don't care about your issues. No, we don't care either, but we're not here to talk about that. They never care about your issues, so you shouldn't vote, right? Because Trump does not want to gain votes. He doesn't necessarily want the Black male vote. He just wants Black men not to vote. That's their winning strategy. So let's go on and see what she had to say with Black men. I think Obama's coming on too. Let's do that.
Let's say I was.
Oh no, wait, this ain't the Black men. Hold on. We've skipped and I don't even see them. So I'm sorry, everyone. I am out of order and I think I didn't even put them on there. So that stinks.
We've done all of that.
Yeah. Okay. So she did do that. She did go out and she did speak to Black men and she spoke about maybe this is her. Hold on. I think I have it. Hold on.
For you and your children is not economy and the economy I want to grow. We have over the last 4 years reduced Black unemployment to the lowest it has been in decades. Okay, that is an accomplishment. However, I believe, need to measure our success not just only about everybody's working, but can you build wealth?
Can you start saving?
Can you start saving? Can you buy a home?
Right.
Can you start saving to take your family on vacation from time to time? Can you save enough so that Christmas time for you and your children is not stressful, but something enjoyable, right? And so it's about, yes, we got to make sure that we have high employment, but also that we create opportunities for people to build wealth.
Get ahead.
Part of my plan is also to expand the child tax credit. $6,000 in the first year of your child's life.
Man, I could have used that one.
Because you know what that means. First year, that's such a critical stage of a child's development.
First year.
And it's expensive. A family's got to buy a car seat, a crib, the things that...
The necessities.
Because I start from the perspective that the vast majority of parents want to raise their children well. They love their children, but don't necessarily have the resources they need.
So that's Kamala speaking to Black men. Hello? Right. That thing does happen. She does do that. And listen to the way she speaks to people. It's like, you know who people are by the way they speak to you. That's how you know. She speaks not like a fourth grader, right? Like Donald Trump. Because that's ridiculous, right? That's almost like a myth. Oh, they love Donald Trump because he speaks their language. Like a fourth grader? No, we'll get into that later, why they love Donald Trump. Because she wasn't speaking like a fourth grader, but she was actually speaking our language. The things that we want to talk about. Putting food on the table, how difficult it is, building wealth, saving money, childcare with the child tax credit. These are the things that are important to families. And she's hitting on them and she's discussing them, not because she's pulling them out of her ass, not just because she wants to win. It's because it's close to her. It's because she understands. It's because she lived it. Donald Trump can't talk about it just on any level because he's never lived it. He's never lived a life of struggle. He's never given to charities. He's never lived a life of service. These things aren't close to him. He is wholly disconnected from the American people. That's why he can be so close to autocrats and disconnected from Americans and don't care if they live or die, because he's never cared. He's never been connected. He's never hung out in the community. He never worked at McDonald's. He doesn't know what that is. He doesn't know what a cost of bread is. He has no idea. We've seen Kamala in the kitchen cooking, not a maid making her meals. It's her cooking food for her family. We've seen it. She's connected to us. And if you don't see it, it's because you don't want to see it. If you don't know who she is by now, it's because you don't want to know who she is by now. Because with every interview, every day, with every rally, she's telling you exactly who she is. She is an educated woman who is way qualified for this job and who is also uniquely connected to the people. Oh, what's the problem? But I digress, because I'm going to let you know while she's talking about our actual kitchen table issues, right? The ones that Donald Trump won't talk about. He has the concepts, but he ain't talking about them because he still hasn't answered how to lower the cost of childcare. That has just not been a thing. He can't even fake it. He doesn't understand what it is. He makes the babies. He don't care what else happens. They got the maids and everything else. That's what's going on. But you know why he's so disconnected? One, because he doesn't care. And you know who they care about almost as much as, they don't care about Black community and the brown community? Women. They don't care about the women. Mark Robinson represents the Republican Party. Let's hear him talk, because no one's saying we disavow Mark Robinson, right? So whatever Mark Robinson is saying, the guy, lieutenant governor from North Carolina who's trying to be the actual governor, that Mark Robinson, they haven't disavowed him. So he is a representation of the Republican Party. So, hey, let's see what the Republican Party thinks about women. Let's listen in. Check it out.
Legislature, we could pass a bill say you can't have an abortion in North Carolina for any reason.
For me, there's no compromise on abortion. It makes no difference to me why or how that child ended up in that womb.
Abortion in this country is not about protecting the lives of mothers. It's about killing a child because you aren't responsible enough to keep your skirt down.
It's not your body anymore.
Yo, it's not your body anymore. Why? Whose body is it? It's the government's body. Whose body is it? It's the government's body. You should have kept your skirt down. This is what they think about the women. It's obvious. That man said he don't care how it got there. Hey, baby Juggernaut. Hey, Kurt, Michelle, hey. He don't care how that baby got there. Oh, not baby. He doesn't care how the woman got impregnated. He doesn't care. Rape, incest. He just said it. He's saying what they're all saying. They don't. He even said, I don't care about the life of the mother. It goes deeper than that. They don't care about life. They don't care. Like, it's, the choice is just so clear. Republicans are not the Republicans. Like, we have to stop thinking that they are conservatives and the people that they used to be. Those people are gone. These people right now, that if you can actually support Donald Trump, call yourself a Republican and do what they're doing, none of them care. They don't care about life. North Carolina got hit very hard by Hurricane Helene. Mark Robinson voted against relief for his own state. Like, who does that? Like why? Like, why? You got to keep asking yourself, like, why? Because you're in the lieutenant governor's mansion, so it's not going to impact you. You don't got no family in North Carolina? Like, but why? Right? Because the deeper thing with these Republicans is it's just their power and their money. And that is it. And then when I was younger, I just never understood how people would say, politics is about power and the money. And I just never got it. But I see it. Like, they really are about money. And I'm not saying the Democrats, are not, but they're also not to the extent that they will sacrifice and exploit human life. Right? Oh my God. So is Obama on? No, not yet. So let's keep going. I do want to let this young man, because I do like it when young men understand the abortion issue, because a lot of people just, I don't know, for some reason, it's just like, you're killing babies. And it's like, no, it's actually a medical procedure. You're not killing anything. 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, there's no living outside of your host. So what are you talking about? And whose decision is it? Why does anyone think that it's the government's decision when these people were literally so upset when the government was like, yo, you need to wear a mask? My body, I'm not wearing this mask. My body, I'm not getting this vaccine. I'm going to quit my government job because I'm not taking that vaccine. I don't know what's in it. It's my body. Them flip it around. It's like, you don't get to decide what you do with your body. No, you can't have chemotherapy. You're pregnant. I don't care if you die from cancer. Like, this is where we're at, ladies. It's wild. But let's let this young man talk about it, because I think that, he really put it in perspective.
Talking about some what you do in Colorado.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
on.
Sports betting is also. But if I go to Colorado and smoke a little bit, if I come back home, the police aren't going to be at my door talking about some what you do in Colorado. You get what I'm saying? Sports betting is also illegal in Texas. But if I go to Vegas and bet on an NFL game, again, I'm not going to come back home with the police in my place talking about what you do in Vegas. It's not going to happen, right? But abortion is illegal in Texas, right? And when a woman travels out of state to get the health care she needs, deserves, and has a right to, the state of Texas is suing to have access to her medical records so they can be like, oh, you traveled out of state to get an abortion? Now you have to answer for that because it's illegal in Texas. You see how that doesn't make any fucking sense? I'm trying to research.
You see how that doesn't make any fucking sense? He's not lying.
Research it and understand, like, how do these extreme, evil, weird motherfuckers get elected into positions of power? I think it's because enough people don't pay attention to politics, or definitely because enough people don't go out and vote. Because what the fuck is that? Texas literally sued so that they can have access to women's medical records to see if they traveled out of state to get an abortion because it's illegal in Texas. That is beyond an invasion of privacy.
So I'm not going to play his whole thing, but he's absolutely right. If you're not paying attention, then you're asleep at the wheel. You just truly are. Like, if, especially a woman, if you're out here and you're not paying attention with what they're trying to do, and you're like, oh, it's over there, you're really not locked in, and somebody needs to lock you in. So if you are watching and you have family, and I'm sure you guys are, because I'm doing it, like, every opportunity I get, it's hilarious. I just had an advisory meeting via Zoom with my kid's advisor, and she's from Mississippi. And what is the first thing I start talking about? State reams in Mississippi and their anti-abortion, like no abortion, like immediately, because I am programmed to talk about this, because it is a survival on fire. Like, it is an emergency. You heard what he said. Texas literally wants access to women's records to see if they have had a medical procedure. It'll be when you cross a state line, you have to take out paperwork. Or even forget about that part. They're actually trying to make it so that you cannot cross state lines to have a medical procedure. That's how nasty they are getting. They're trying to track the kids' periods, track your pregnancies. Like, are there any tracking procedures for men? Like, is that what's happening with men, right? Just no punishment? Because I use this example all the time, and it sounds hilarious, but 2 crackheads, one gets pregnant, the woman gets pregnant, her boyfriend's a crackhead, maybe he addicted her to crack, now she's pregnant. She's pregnant in Alabama, but she's using crack. They both are using crack together. He's supplying her with the crack. She's starting to lose the baby and she's having a miscarriage. She gets arrested. What, for endangering a child? Because, in Alabama, that's, they have personhood. So she goes to jail for some type of, I don't know, manslaughter or whatever things they are putting on the books to jail these women. Nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. He's not an accessory to the fact of her miscarriage. Like, there's no accessory to that. There's nothing. She goes to jail. You see how this works, ladies? This is really bad. And men should be screaming off the rooftops. It's going to happen to your daughters. It's not just a democratic thing. There's no such thing as that. Miscarriages happens to all women. All women need that medical procedure, and abortion is just not, I'm not ready. I'm making that choice, which is fair, and you should have that choice, but it covers so many other things. And these people are so ghoulish and disgusting. They want to get rid of Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood isn't only for abortions. It provides ultrasounds, mammograms, birth control, pap smears, all kinds of women's health. They want to get rid of that. And this is how they're so fucking stupid. They don't even know how things work. Because if they ever went, all they have to do is pose as someone who wants to have an abortion. Because if they went in there, they would know that no one's grabbing them like, oh, you want an abortion? Come on in. Let's go. Open your legs. Boop. That's not how that works. They literally try to talk you down. They give you all the options. Are you sure? What makes you want to do this? They really check you out psychologically. And it's not just one person talking to you. They don't even do it on that day. They send you home with tons of paperwork about adoptions, surrogacy, all types of things, because that is never your first option. They're never pushing you towards that either way. They are giving you a legitimate choice because it's your choice. But Republicans want to take all of it away. And once they start taking that away, they start taking other things away, right? Yeah, you can't have a hysterectomy. If you have a hysterectomy before you're 25, that means you can't make any more babies. So we're banning hysterectomies. Stop playing right now. We're acting like those things aren't possible when obviously they are. We have a felon running for president of the United States. Who thought that would ever be possible 30 years ago? No one. So anything is possible. That happens. Yeah, I'm ashamed of Texas too, but hopefully Colin Allred could at least get Ted Cruz out of there. That would kind of make up for a lot of things. If we could pull out a win for the Senate in Texas and Florida, because what's her name? Marcuso running against Rick Scott and Colin Allred, their numbers are doing pretty well. So come on, Texas, we got this. Come on, Florida. So anyway, oh my God. Anyway, so let me hurry up. What's going on now? Oh, Bob Woodward came out with a book that says that Trump has been playing footsies with Putin. We all know that he's playing footsies. He's been playing footsies. He's still playing footsies. Apparently, he sent some high-tech COVID machine over to Russia so that his pal Putin, was, scared of COVID. So his pal Putin could, have COVID testing and stuff like that. This is illegal because these are American products and you're sending them to our enemy. Like, where do they do that at? It's not a big enough story. We should be talking about this. We should be very upset about this because he was here in America while our people, Americans, were dying, and he's telling everyone like, no, it's okay. It's going to go away. It's just like the flu. You're going to be fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, no, don't get vaccinated. No vaccines, no mask. Meanwhile, right? He knew it was serious enough that Putin wanted one and needed one. Because do you think that he told Putin it's not a big deal? No, he said, Putin, this is a serious thing. I'll send it to you. While Americans died and his fucking stupid MAGA maniacs are on social media right now acting like that shit didn't happen. But guess what happened today? Or was it yesterday? Putin's like, oh yeah, I can confirm that. He sure did send it to me. Because guess what Putin ain't gonna do? Protect Trump. He's not. He freaking wound Trump up like, oh my God, Trump, because this was in the book. Oh my goodness, I don't want you in trouble. No one can find out about this, right? This is what he's telling Trump to butter him up. Trump's like, yeah, you're right, and sends it to him. And Trump's like, oh no, yeah, he did. Putin's like, oh yeah, he sent it to me. Of course Putin did that. Of course. Putin don't give a heck about Trump. He don't care about him. He freaking played him like a fat fiddle. Ridiculous. Let's keep moving. Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Milton. Man, thoughts and prayers to the people of Florida. My son is in Florida as well. He didn't get heavily hit by neither one because he was in Daytona, which didn't get the impacts of these storms like these other places did. I'm talking about this because, again, Trump lied about COVID and people died, and he's out here lying about the hurricane and saying that, one, the Democrats are making hurricanes, two, that FEMA is giving you $750 and that's all they're giving you, and also you have to pay that back. And three, if you fill out a FEMA application, they're going to seize your home. Just the nonsense. And his cult members only listen to Trump for the news because they are the undereducated. So now he has told these people that they're only getting $750. Hello. It's fucking Google. That's Google. That's all you have to do. Go onto the FEMA website, because unfortunately, FEMA now had to do a whole website to say, he's lying. That's not the truth. This is the truth. Pay attention here. Why the fuck would you listen to Donald Trump over your local officials who's saying he's lying? Republicans and all. Your local Republican officials are telling you that he is lying. And you're listening to the fool who don't give a fuck about you, who's sitting in Mar-a-Lago, where the fuck he's sitting, eating his burgers, and okay. He's okay, while you are suffering, talking about, I'm not taking this $750 because I gotta pay it back. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. That doesn't even make sense. Why the fuck would the government want to seize your fucking broken ass home? Like, why would they want it? If your home is damaged, they're just gonna take it and do what with it? What they're gonna do with it? Do what? Y'all don't make any sense. What, move migrants into it? They're not doing that. Here's a story that I heard this morning. This is how pathetic this is getting.
We've done all of that. We've sent him all the. We've done all of.
Okay, pause. So this man called into a radio show real quick because his father-in-law lost everything, has no food, has no money, has nothing. His daughter lives out of state. The family is out of state. Dad, fill out the FEMA, fill out all that paperwork so they can give you money. They give you $750 immediately, right off the top, while they're trying to process your application, because they have hundreds of thousands of applications that they have to process. So take $750 immediately to get your necessities right off the top while we get you squared away. He said no, because Donald Trump said, if you fill out anything, they're taking your property. If you take that money, you got to take it back. So let's go here.
That we've done all of that. We've sent him all the FEMA bulletins. We've sent him all the stuff from the fact checkers. He doesn't believe it. He thinks it's all. He just believes Trump. Literally, Dan. It's a cult. He's a cult member. I'm sorry to say it. He's a cult member. And he's my father-in-law, and it sucks.
Literally sounds like the daughter's crying in the background. I don't feel bad for the man. I feel bad for the family, right? Because he's probably begging them for money and everything else when they're, got their own things to deal with. And they're like, just take the money from FEMA. People are gonna die. People are gonna lose their homes. Like, it's insane. And Trump doesn't care. It's just like Haitian. Oh, they're eating dogs. They're eating this. Ohio's this. Now you got the Proud Boys in Ohio. You got the kids having bomb threats in the schools. The journalists say, hey, Trump bans their bomb threats in schools and in hospitals. Well, I'm telling the truth. Right? Life is expendable. That it doesn't matter to them. We are expendable and we're exploitable. And they are exploiting this hurricane, him and his minions, because they're like, oh shoot, if we can make people not vote for the Harris because of this, and if we can make them think that they're not doing good, then maybe they won't vote for. Like, imagine that. Like, you would let people suffer. But again, Trump knows what's going to happen if he's not the president, right? He's got court cases that he is going to deal with. So they will do anything so that he becomes president. So next, and speaking of doing anything, this happened.
Come here. Take over, Eli. Just take over.
Just because I can't unsee it, y'all ain't gonna be able to unsee it either. Here, watch it again.
Come here. Take over, Eli. Just take over.
I don't even know what to say about that clip. Elanya, I don't even know. Two rich men. And the MAGA go wild. Woo! Like, that shit is crazy. Those are two men who, maybe it was last month, were on, what were they on, Spaces or something on Twitter, and laughing about firing striking workers. Laughing. And MAGA is like, hey, Elon Trump, what? It's wild. I watched a rally the other day. Trump was talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna give y'all, we're not gonna tax overtime, or whatever the fuck he's talking about with the overtime. And then he tells a side story because he can't stay on one story. And he goes, yeah, I don't like giving overtime. I just fire them and hire more. And the crowd goes, yay! He's talking about firing people, and the crowd goes wild. You can't make this up. And the other thing that you can't make up are two idiots laughing about murder. But this shit happens, right? And it's getting crazy because they keep forcing so much on us that we just get lax and we get normalized and like numb to it. Don't get numb to this stuff. It is not normal. It is weird. It's dangerously weird. Let me take it back.
Which is like nobody's even bothering to try to kill Kamala because it's pointless. What do you achieve? Nothing.
No, it's totally
just find
right.
another puppet.
Exactly. That's
it's no point in killing.
It's deep and true, though.
Nobody's trying to kill Joe Biden. It would be pointless.
Totally.
So they're laughing because no one's tried to kill Joe Biden. That's so funny. No one's tried to kill Kamala. She's a puppet. Again, two rich men, nothing else to do. We just laugh about murder. Like, hey, we laugh about Paul Pelosi getting hit on the head with a hammer. Like, why not? Why fucking not? Right? Like, we've already gone to that other end of the spectrum. We might as well just go. Like, imagine these people with power. Imagine these people with a Trump presidency. Like all the stuff that I've showed you, because I picked these on purpose. Mark Robinson with a job in the administration. Mark Robinson as the director of the Department of Health or Life or whatever they want to change it to. That guy that says keep your skirts closed or down. That guy. Elon with access to the White House. Tucker Carlson, some type of advisor. This is what we want for America? MAGAs are already stupid. There's no turning back with them. But the undecided, this little slew of them, and the people who are upset about Gaza, who are purposely like, I'm not voting for Kamala, Democrats need to lose. Like, so that's the alternative. That's what you think. If that's the smart thing to do, we're gonna make Democrats suffer, so we're not gonna vote for them. Are you a fucking idiot? Because you still have to live here under a Trump presidency, which means not only will Democrats suffer, it's going to be the Americans that suffer. Because if you really fucking think about it, idiots, like really think about this. You're not making Kamala suffer. You're not making Biden suffer. They're not going to suffer. Obama's not going to suffer. Hillary Clinton is not going to suffer. None of those people will suffer because they have the means to take their children, their cousins, or whoever needs medical care out of this country. They have those means. They have money. They don't have to worry about their Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security. They really don't have to worry about that. They're fighting for us. They're not fighting for themselves. We're going to suffer, dum-dums. You're not going to make Kamala suffer if you don't vote for her. What's wrong with y'all? You get your mind out of the sand. Like, put your mind in the weight room. You're not playing chess here. Have someone teach you chess, because you're not playing chess. You're really not looking down the road. You're not really thinking. It sounds, I'm gonna make the Democrats suffer. Like, it sounds good, but you really ain't. Biden, he's gonna be gone and on vacation and on the beach and stuff. Well, Trump tries to like drag him to court and like prosecute him for nothing. Like, that's just what's gonna happen. So do better, guys. So let's say, we're gonna close out right now. Yeah, we're gonna close out right now. But first, I want to remind everyone what our children will be seeing with the Trump presidency.
Could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters. Okay, it's like incredible. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and
thin air. I'm repeating them because my constituents are saying these things are happening. I mean,
but there's
just
no
yesterday,
evidence.
A video came out of a migrant 30 miles away eating a cat. Clearly, these rumors are out there because constituents are seeing it with their own eyes, and some of them are talking about it. Now, look, we also have to talk about
that here in this country, anything is possible, that nothing is out of reach. And America where we care for one another, look out for one another, and recognize that we have so much more in common than what separates us.
Last video to put the hammer on who we're fighting for.
We win.
Look at you. How are you? That's our first time meeting, but it's a wonderful. She's been talking about you. Come here, let me see you. Tell me, what's going on with you?
I love you so much, Come when we fight, we win.
You're kidding me. You are kidding me. Come here. Come here. I'm voting for her. I'm so proud of you.
I love you so much,
And
Come when we
that's our future. That's who we're fighting for. When we fight, we win. So everyone, have a good night. Thank you for showing up. I see Obama's on. I'm sorry for taking up all of your time. Go watch Obama, everyone. Thank you, Michelle, Ter, Kurt. I saw you up here. Brian, thanks for stopping in. Baby Juggernaut, as always, thank you for coming. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you. Go, go, go. Go watch Obama. Thank you.